Okay, so is this us starting a class?
Yes.
Here we go. Oh my goodness, oh crazy times. So here we are, doing our first little online class, just warming up. And guess who's in charge? That would be Tracy. Tracy's the it in everything we do. It's Tracy, she's our IT person, and now she's our videographer. So there's no stopping her. Anyway, if I'm talking back and forth a little bit, getting cues from my right-hand woman there, that's what we're doing. So we had quite a few asks from people, which is awesome. Just if we could do some stuff online while people are maybe restricted to home, maybe not, wanting to keep up their training. You know how important we think it is to do good quality structured training, even though we're all starting to enjoy doing some outside time. And if we stay responsible, hopefully there won't be any restrictions on that, because we know in some other countries they're not even allowed to ride their bikes outside. So holy crap, we don't want to get there, that's for sure. So in the meantime though, we've got a little workout here. I'm going to throw it out at you. And I'm assuming that all y'all kind of have been in here. You know our numbers, you know the way we present the workouts. So I'm not going to do too much remedial or intro stuff, but we will just be referring to a few of the basic concepts. So maybe it'll be a reminder for those of you guys who you know, I've become a little bit of white noise and you fall asleep and you've forgotten about some of the basics. So the first thing we're going to start to do here, and I have to keep looking at my notes, right? You know I have a cheat list here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is a bit of perceived effort. Now, one of our coaches just recently said, yeah, perceived, or asked the question, you guys know what perceived effort is, right? And they said, oh yeah, it's how hard you perceive we're going. Well, that's not right. The perception is by you, your perceived effort of what's going on in your body. So we're starting out here just as a warm-up. Some of us have numbers, some of us are on our trainers, and we're gonna have to go by perceived effort. Those of you who have numbers, just cover the screen. You know you're at a comfortable cadence. We're gonna call it preferred cadence, 90 to 100. That's what I prefer you to do when you're at an optimal range. And you're going to increase the gear just to be about 5 out of 10. So 5 out of 10, fully aerobic. Okay, 50% of your max aerobic power, which is what we train by, and percentages relating to that 100% max aerobic power. All right, so we're just going to settle in here. 5 out of 10, and while I'm talking about it, you guys could all talk at this pace as well. That's one of your cues that you're there. We're going to be here for another minute, and then we're going to start increasing the gear by feeling. Okay, so we're just in our warm-up. We don't want to have anyone kind of busting out of the gate too hard here, because we've got a couple pretty hard sets at the end, like always. So we're going to move it up to our next level using the gear is going to be 6 out of 10, 60%. One of the cues I give to everybody, Tracy's smiling at me, right? Every time I stop smiling, she's going to smile at me. It's going to make me laugh. 6 out of 10 is where we're starting to get to the top end of our aerobic zones. So you can still put words together, you can still speak in sentences. We're going to hold on to our cadence. We're going to reach down to whatever bike we're riding on our trainer, and we're going to increase the gear, holding on to around the same cadence. 6 out of 10, 2, 1, bringing it up. There we go, okay? You want to just kind of feel that little bit of gear coming into your legs. 6 out of 10 is still, like we say, comfortable, aerobic, group ride, however you want to look at it. So settle in here, and while we're in this easy gear, still warming up, I want you guys just to think about a few Good habits. While the output isn't too big, let's think about from the top. Just relaxing the face. You don't want to be tense through your face. When you crinkle up your forehead, get all tense, it actually kind of goes all the way down your upper body. Tend to bring your shoulders up, lock your elbows, tighten the grip on the handlebars. We don't want any of that, right? So starting at the top, take a deep breath, in, out, drop the shoulders. Give them a little shake. Elbows are nice and soft. I quite often tap my hands. I do this when I'm outside too. Tap my fingers just to remind myself not to grip too hard on the handlebars. All right, so just do that. Settle in. Nice relaxed cadence. If you do have a power meter or some kind of meter on your bike, we're gonna have a quick look at it and just see what that feeling is relating to in the number. If you don't worry about it. If you have someone in the room, you can say, hey Tracy, how's it going? Let's put some words together. Then obviously you're still in that aerobic range, all right? So those of you who have numbers, have a quick look. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. All right, and where I want to be, I'm going to do another increase in the gear, coming up to 7 out of 10, 70%. All right, in 2, 1, just the gear, and bring it up. These bikes that we ride here are super sensitive, tiny little adjustments using the gear, and then we have some pretty good grab coming in on the gears. Every time you increase the gear, especially during warm-up where you really feel it, just think about relaxing into it, right? Yes. Question?
How long is each of these builds?
Oh, each of the builds we're just doing about 2 minutes. Thank you, Tracy. Nice. Keep me on track. I like to keep people in the dark though, you know that. 70%. What are we at when we're at 70%? Well, getting close to our functional threshold number. All right, that might be your hour power, you know it as, whatever, 7 out of 10. I tend to think when we're doing efforts, around 75% starts to be what I like to call comfortably uncomfortable. Or you want to think of it as comfortably uncomfortable because it's just getting uncomfortable, right? But you actually can hold on to that effort for a while. All right, so just settle in, a little bit less than a minute again, and then we're going to increase to what is definitely at the higher end at 8 out of 10. All right, so we're still in our warm-up. While we're here, let's think lower body. Let's think about our core is engaged, legs are moving in a nice tempo. We're going to have a quick look at the numbers for those of you that have them. And so uncover it for a second. All right, yeah, right on track. Cover it back up again. Those of you going strictly by feeling, the feeling is hard to put words together right now, okay? We're going to increase the gear, core engage, nice and tight, power on that connection to the pedals, and here's looking at you, Tracy. All right, increase the gear in 2, 1. This is your last 2 minutes doing this perceived effort build, okay? Hold on to it, minute and a half, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. We're starting to build lactic acid a little bit faster than we can clear it, okay? As you guys know who train with us, we do a fair amount of training using this as a guideline where you're challenging your threshold and you're trying to increase the amount of time you can stay at it, build it a little bit, whole bunch of things like that. All right, 30 seconds, we're gonna do one last little lift. So hold on here. Those of you using numbers, just have a look and we'll leave it off this time, okay? Quick little reminder, relax everything. Last 45 seconds. Am I getting a sheen? It's what my mother calls a glow. She doesn't think it's ladylike to sweat. We're gonna increase the gear. 30 seconds at this top kind of piece. Getting ready for it. 2, 1. Last gear increase. I will likely not talk for the next 30 seconds. Okay? Turn it over. 20 to go. As that increase comes into your legs, tell your muscles to accept it. That's part of it. Going in 10. Last little bit. 3, 2, and back it right off. Easy, easy. Nice flushing cadence. All right, a little bit of a break. We're gonna go into an easy gear and do some leg speed. So that was just an idea for all of you of what you're thinking about when we're doing perceived effort. So unlike the answer about what perceived effort was, and if it's the coach thinks you're going hard enough, it's actually you understanding your body as it goes through these zones, starting out easy, aerobic, into being challenged, to be clearing and recovering from the lactic acid buildup. That's what we were just at the end. When you do our MAP, maximum aerobic power test, in here to get your numbers so that you can use them for the power workouts, we go through all those zones and then find your 60%, 85, 75, and 100% numbers. Then we're gonna be using them in the workouts. The next piece, and this is something that I got thrown at me later in my career, many decades on the bike, but wasn't my favorite because I came from time trialing and mountain biking, and a lot of turning over big gears was my favorite place. That's where a lot of us start. But leg speed is super important because we all know that your power is generated by a combination of the force of the gear and then also of the rate at which you turn it over. If you are not able to snap and turn a gear over, you're not going to get your maximum power, your explosive power. We see that when we do things like 6 to 12 second power starts, but that's not happening today. Just a concept to remind you of. Right now, everyone bring the gear up a little bit just so you feel enough to be able to float this nice circle, 360 degrees. If you're using a power meter, you're seeing somewhere between 90 and 100 cadence again, and I want your watts low. In fact, the lower the better. If you can feel like you're pedaling smooth circles and you're turning whatever, my watts right now, 85, something like that, so super low. I'm a small person, so my whole range isn't as high as some, but that gives you a guideline where I am. So I'm probably gonna say under 100 watts to start. I'm gonna bring it up to 100 cadence. I'm almost there right now. So remember, you get a little bit of that from the turnover as you increase your leg speed. I'm settling in around 100 watts for a smaller person. And then what we're gonna do is a ramp. We're gonna bring it up a minute at a time. We're starting at 100. You're in this nice light gear, everything relaxed, okay? And you're gonna turn it over for a minute. 100 cadence is perfectly reasonable to be able to ride on the road, for example. We're gonna move up through a couple of RPMs into where we call it overreaching. And you very likely wouldn't use this cadence when you're out on the road or the mountain bike. Although there is an anomaly on the World Cup circuit right now. It uses an awfully high cadence in World Cup. But anyway, leaving that aside, we're gonna go 100 cadence for 1 minute, and then we're gonna lift it to 105, to 110, to 115. Total of just between 4 and 5 minutes, you're already into this first part, right? You feel you need a little bit more gear, bring it up right now. You've got 30 seconds more at 100 cadence, and then we're gonna keep increasing that. So while you're here, pretty comfortable, remember, engaged, nice fluid pedal strokes, smile. All right, keep it happy, light on the handlebars. You never wanna be death gripping your handlebars because that's gonna make your bike wiggle all around. And it's very hard for a number of things. Keeping control of the bike, when you're riding a mountain bike, you're gonna hit a root and potentially slip, that kind of thing. All right, we're gonna bring it up now, 105. Let's not touch the gear. As long as you're in an easy enough gear, you're gonna be able to go through these ranges without having to back off the gear. Okay, if you started too hard, you might struggle reaching the cadence. I'd like you to be able to try and get there. This is a technical exercise. The bikes we're on here don't help you doing this. If you're on something with a direct drive, you might have a little bit easier time getting to the higher cadences. We're gonna go in 20 seconds, bringing it up to that now, what I call overreaching. So we're gonna be going from 105 to 110. This is a cadence that I never used to ride at with any regularity. All right, getting ready to bring it up in 2, 1, and we're getting into overreaching, 110. All right, up, turn it over, settle in, relax, get used to the new rhythm of the pedals going around. You got 45 more seconds. One nasty little top up at the end, unless you're Chris Froome or someone like that. We know they can turn the pedals over this fast. Trackies. Okay, 30 seconds. Bringing it up to 115. Hold it right here. Couple deep breaths. Look up. Don't hang your head down. I don't want to see the tops of anyone's heads. Good girl, Tracy. All right, 10 seconds. Tracy's a head hanger downer. I see her in class all the time. All right, 5 seconds. Bring it up to 115. Last little bit. 2, 1, up, and turn it over. Get there, stay there. Good job. So when I refer some people who have higher leg speed, it's quite often from having a track background or doing a lot of work at this. My founding partner, Gina Grain, had no problem whatsoever with a 115 turnover. Took me a long time to get there. All right, 20 seconds. Last little bit. Hold on. A little bit more. Gonna be done after this. 50. Good job. Hold on to it. Smooth circles. Engage core. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Back it off. Good job. All right. Okay. Like I say, not exactly my happy place. I spent a lot of time having to learn some leg speed, coming from liking to put it in the biggest gear I could and just push it around. But you know, there's a place for that as well. When we're doing strength, we need to develop strength, we need to develop leg speed, and then the whole concept is we're improving our repertoire so we can put it together in different combinations, and then you'll find, say on a rolling ride, climby ride, a flat ride, you'll start to learn where you actually feel you're the most efficient. And we'll do some workouts coming up. We've been doing a lot of this where we maintain a higher power than what we're at right now in a very easy gear. And we actually go through a range of cadences, challenging and challenging, until you find at a certain point where you meet your inefficient cadence, you're actually feeling a spike in lactic acid. And that's happening mostly because of technical inefficiency, and some of us just have a bit of a governor in there that we're just always going to find our happy place maybe under 105 RPM, under 100 RPM. But we want to explore what we can do. Okay, so you guys are listening, I assume, either to your own music or to our Spotify list that is accompanying this. There's definitely some flexibility in it, and I tend to go with different kind of styles of music, so hopefully you find something you like. For this first part of the warm-up, there's lots of choice. I'll cue you to where we're going to get to when we actually get to the main efforts, which is 2 big sets of a 13-minute piece. So right now we're doing one more thing. We're going to just bring in a little bit of the strength component. We did some leg speed challenge. Now, you guys all felt what 7 out of 10. Some of you got to look at a number. Some of you know your number. 70%. You guys all had a chance to feel that in warm-up. We're now going to bring it up to that at a 90 cadence. So 90 cadence, a little bit of gear. Remember to drink some water. One of the things that I like to encourage people is, apart from you needing to hydrate, and especially right now, we know that we're all supposed to keep sips of water going down every 10 to 15 minutes anyway, just walking around the house. But also, if you are going to go and ride in some group rides and things, it's good to feel like you're comfortable taking in food and water when you need it, because you can't always stop when you're trying to be on a group ride. And you're going to get yourself in trouble if you're not drinking and eating at all. So 90 cadence, 7 out of 10. We're going to be there now. There's a few good lower cadence pieces on that Spotify list if you want to find that. And so we're just going to settle in here. It's going to be just under 6 minutes. We're going to hold on to this gear now for another 30 seconds. So we're at 90 and we're at 7 out of 10, or 70% number. All right, a little bit more push on the pedals now than the last couple of things we were doing, except the end of our perceived effort ramp. So let's think about the lower part of our body. You can take a quick look down. Hopefully your knees are tracking straight. If we're doing any of this, then we're putting energy out there and out there. You want to try and work on them coming in a little bit at a time. Some of it's to do with hip flexor, lack of flexibility. All right, holding the 90 cadence. I'm going to have you drop your cadence to 8-0. All right, we're going down to 80. And then we're going to increase the gear so that we're back at our 7 out of 10 wattage or output. All right, bringing it back. First thing's a little bit of a break in power output. In 3, 2, 80 cadence. I'm starting to see it. Don't sweat the few up or down. And a little bit more gear. Back to my 7 out of 10 number. Gonna hang on to this now over 90 seconds. So at my 80 cadence, take me a few seconds to get there. And remember, let your ankles move. Let them help your feet around. Don't do anything necessarily that you're not used to doing, but try not to lock your foot. Let it help you a little bit. All right, I'm pulling strongly on the bottom of the pedal stroke, around, wiping your foot on the mat, up and around the back. Okay, we're gonna stay with this now. 80 cadence, a little bit longer. And then we're gonna drop it to 7-0. Because in our workout, we're gonna be at a 70 cadence on the hill in the beginning. All right, getting ready. 30 seconds. First thing you'll do is drop the cadence. So now we're in what I call a crisp climbing cadence. 80-ish. We have the gears to carry this on reasonable inclines. And let's start bringing our cadence down. 7-0, backing it off. I have to give the bike a few seconds to pick it up. And I'm gonna bring the gear back up to give you my 70%. In 2, 1, bring the gear back up and hold on to it now. Remember to breathe. All right. I think Tracy's telling me to hold my breath. Easy for you to say over there. I'm trying to ride the darn bike. Okay. Down to that 70 cadence. Good, we got another 30 seconds in a bit. Hold on to it. Awesome job, strong in the feet. Pulling through on the bottom, up and around the back. Then Lesley's gonna get a break so she's not panting into the microphone. A little bit more, a little bit more. Really good, guys. Hold on to it right there. Should be feeling your big butt muscles, hamstrings, strong through the feet. Last 10 seconds. Good job. Here you go. In 3, 2, and 1. Back it off. Easy, easy. And we can talk about what we're doing for the workout. This is where some of our new TaG people go, what do you mean workout? Are we doing it already? Yes. Workout preparation. We're gonna do the sets coming up in a couple minutes. And I'll just take this little bit of recovery while I stop panting into the microphone. Are you going deaf over there? Who knew Tracy had all these other kind of capabilities? She got the lighting right, I think. Is that like the making me look good lighting, I hope? Okay. So easy, easy right now. One of the things that limits a lot of people in their riding as they're wanting to get to a higher level is not understanding the concepts of hard and easy. And when I say easy, I don't mean you're looking at your average for your overall. That can be another type of workout. But when we're doing these different kinds of concentrations and specifics, I want you to take the breaks and be able to give your best when you're doing the efforts. What we're gonna do, and not sure how visible this is, we've kind of gone with the usual program of how we run the classes, all the information. I do have the workout written up here. You're doing 2 times a 13-minute set, okay? And you're going into it, just like at the end there, we were at a 70 cadence, which is getting into the strength kind of realm of where you're generating power, meaning it's not super efficient, but you would be at that on some climbs. So 70 cadence, only this time, we're bringing it right up to that 8 out of 10 plus 85% number if you know your number. So 70 cadence, you'll be settling yourself in there for 3 minutes, and then you're gonna be riding around your 85% number. After that hill, we're going into sort of a false flat little piece, and what we're doing for a minute is we're backing it off to 7 out of 10, 70 to 75 effort, and then you're gonna use a higher cadence as though we're going into a false flat. Ideally, I'd like you to try and be around 100 plus RPM, and that's us pushing over a hill. Let's say you're here in Vancouver. Think about the fondo. It might even be your little Taylor Way piece, and then pushing over the top. There's still 400 meters. You want to try and snag onto that group ahead of you. And then after that, with your group, maybe you see something else up ahead, a little bit of a pace line, and we're going to do a 5-time rotation of this pace line. So hill, 70 cadence, falls flat, running through, trying to catch on the group ahead, pace line with those extra wheels we brought in. And we're going to do 5 turns, doing that, 1 little push, a minute and a half, and that's our 13 minutes. Give you a break. I always like to say, you know, usually I have a little eyeball on everybody, if everyone looks recovered, but I'm going to say 3 to 5 minutes, and so it'll be just on how I feel. If I feel like I'm recovered, we can go again. No, I'm kidding. All right? So playlist-wise, if you're not listening to your own music, let's try and use something that gives us some gas. On the playlist that I have up, I went right to Bon Jovi, I think it is, Living on a Prayer. So my choice will be starting about that point in the playlist. Crank it up a few decibels. You can always drown me out if you want. And we're going to start this now in 30 seconds. So it's 2 times, 13 minutes, and the first thing we're going to be doing is 70 cadence for 3 minutes. I'll keep cueing you through it, okay? I'll try not to breathe too hard. I'll back my own off so I can talk to you. And we're going to, right now, start slowing the cadence down and start bringing a little bit of gear in. Remember, you're trying to get to about your 85%. So let's start finding 60, a little bit more, a little bit more. sip of water, and in 3, 2, 1. Okay? You're on 3 minutes, and you're staying here at this lower cadence, big power, settle into it. All right, all the things that we thought about while we were in our warm-up, apply now. Do another check, top to bottom. Let's relax the shoulders, soft elbows, light hands. Wherever you like your hands in a climb, a little bit longer climb. Some people bring them off the hoods, maybe right here. I like to try and do something that opens up my chest. So rarely, unless I'm trying to get aero, do I ride down here. But again, that's your choice. Find what works for you. All right, sorry, I was getting a little excited in the cadence there. 70 cadence, trying to hold that number. And you're almost a minute into it. Good job. Hold on to it. So we're a third up the hill. Third up the hill. Stay with me now. Use the energy of everyone around you, the virtual everyone around you. I'm gonna get the cue again for breathing too hard, aren't I? Okay. All right, stay with me here. Almost halfway up the hill. Let those ankles move. Awesome job. If you do have power numbers, try and look away. It's easy to fixate when you're riding a trainer, but you can check in, see where you are. Basically, if you can maintain the cadence and the pressure, nothing's gonna change very much. All right, stay with me here. Think about it in a different part of your body. Think about your feet. Your feet are the connection to your pedals and the power connection. So let's just focus on really strong through the feet. Less than a minute now. As you get over the crest, you're gonna be ramping it up. Cadence, trying to jump on those wheels. Hold on right here. Good job. I'm a big one on counting. I used to count endlessly when I was time trialing. Anything that helps you stay on track, keep a rhythm. You're gonna go in 20 seconds over the crest. All right? Stay with me. Really good, everyone. Really good. I keep getting my cadence a little high. Sorry. We're gonna be bringing it up though now. We're gonna be backing that. So excited. We're gonna back the gear. Back the gear off. 2, 1. Bring it off. Try and bring it up. 100 cadence. 1 minute. This is you trying to connect onto the back of some wheels just ahead of you. The same thing applies any wheels you're riding. You're always going to use this kind of thing. What if you want to get in that single track first? Probably want to stay with the guys that might jump in there ahead of you. All right, I'm at 105 cadence, right around here. Right around here. Just under 30 more seconds. Good job. I have to try not to breathe so hard. Okay. In 10, we're gonna drop right into a pace line. This is hard, okay? Hold on to the cadence. 90 to 100 is the preferred cadence. Bring up the gear. 85% in 2, 1. First turn on the front. 30 seconds, it's not long. On. Up, 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 up. Hold on to it. You're responsible for the speed. Moving the group forward. 10 more seconds. Really good, guys. Coming to the end of this. You're gonna shoulder check. Give a signal. 2, 1, and same cadence. Back the gear off a little bit. 1 minute. Okay? Got another 4 of those. Recover, recover. Tell yourself that. You're not really recovering, but it's coming down. It's helping you visualize on being able to handle the output without sitting right up. We're not sitting right up in these. Okay? Another 30 seconds. Breathe. If you're on the Spotify list and I'm getting annoying with my heavy breathing, crank the music up. Here we go. 15 seconds. All right, your second wheel. You're moving into the first position in 10. That person ahead of you, pulling off. Get ready. Hold the cadence. A little bit more gear. In 2, 1. Bring it up. On. Right on it. Okay. Settle in. You're leading the group. You're steadying the power. You've got just over 15 more seconds. Push, 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 push. To go. Awesome job. You held the speed. Shoulder check, signal, and off. Second one through. 3 to go. Hold on. Recover. Recover. Going to the back of your little group. 90 to 100 cadence. Your third wheel. Breathe. One of the things we often don't realize till we've been trained to do it is coming off the effort almost feels worse when you're on the front. Now, second position, we're trying to just recoup that last little bit. Have a quick drink. All right, our front rider is going to be pulling off for the third time. Back on the front. Hold the cadence. 3, 2, bring the gear up. Up, up, back to your group speed. Remember, when you're on the front, you're driving it, keeping everyone steady. No big accelerations. That doesn't do anyone any good. All of you are going to suffer from that. Just a steady wind up. Good job. Hold on to it. Think you can. Think you can. All right, and shoulder check, signal, and on the back again. Remember, this is that harder part. 2 more pulls, guys. 2 more pulls, and then our last pitch up to the end of this 13 minutes. Doing a great job. Remember, I can see you in here. I'm always looking at what you're doing. I miss seeing you. Okay, we're on the back now. Moving into second position, 30 seconds. This is your time. You can maybe take a drink. As long as you're really steady on a wheel and taking your hands off the handlebars. All right, 15 seconds. Back to the front. Second last time coming up. Hold that cadence. Hold that cadence. And our front rider is signaling. They're off. Bring the gear up. Here we go. 30 seconds. On. This is you taking control, taking over. Only one more after this. On. Hunker down. Focus. This is for the group. Almost at 10 to go. Come on. Keep it positive. Keep it positive. Think you can. Just another 5 seconds. Shoulder check, signal, and back on the group. Recover, recover, recover. 1 minute here. Last pull coming up. Good job. I try to smile, but it's getting a little harder. Cypress Challenge, I was riding with one of our girls. So I'm going as hard as I can, but she was chatting to me. Like, I don't think you should be able to talk like that. Going as hard as you can. All right, 30 seconds. Here we go. On the front again. Coming up. Watching that wheel ahead of you. Really good, guys. Okay. All right, in 10. You're gonna hold the cadence. Bring the gear up. This is your last time doing this part of it. Almost at the finish. In 2, 1, rolling through, gear up, on, hold on to it, hold on to it. Come on, you're right there. There was a little group ahead of you. Now you've just about got them. Tagging them on the back, no pun intended. In 10, on, right into that group. Come on, push, push. And we're on the group. 3, 2, back off the gear. Don't let it all go. You've made a big effort, but you're just there at the end, okay? All right, recover, recover. Another 45 seconds. Good one, everyone. Get your breath back. Last 30 seconds. Okay, the very last piece of this. We're just on a little bit of a false flat. We're gonna ramp it up. You can back the gear off a little bit because we're in a big group. We're simulating having lots of draft. I want you to use your cadence, 100 plus in 15 seconds, okay? Back the gear off so you can do it a little bit. Click one down if you're on your trainer, maybe even 2. Last minute and a half. All right, I think there's a song called I Love It. Put that on right now. Cheesy song they used to play for Trans-Up. Okay, here we go. Up, up. Keep winding up your cadence. All right, a little bit more than a minute to go. Stay with me now, come on, you worked really hard to be here. We're gonna do it one more time. This is good. Up, up, on, 60 seconds. You're almost at the end. Relax as much as you can. Face. Okay, keep it going. Just over 45. Come on, turn it over, turn it over. Stay with this move now, come on, think you can. Think you can. Keep it going. Up, up, up. 30 seconds to go. Come on. If you want to, a little bit more gear, and do that right now. Getting a break after this, and keep carrying it through. Come on. Last little piece now. 20 seconds to go. On, stay on it. Quick feet. Quick feet. Awesome job. Come on, use that visual. Racing into the finish here. Right past the finish. Always past the finish line. Less than 10 seconds. Come on. Last little bit. 5, 3, 2, and make a yippee. Relax. Back the gear off. Easy, easy. I really think that instead of looking at me, you should be looking at Tracy this whole time. Have a full-on comedy show. Okay, so a few things I was just talking about there. And when you're doing the training, isolated training, all that kind of thing, it's a really good time to think about some of the basics. You know what you're good at. It's like we all like to do what we're good at, right? A lot of my coaches over the years have said, you know, 80% of what you're not good at is what you need to work on. Now, flip side of that, having a bad day, having a hard time with motivation, going to something you like is always a way to defer to coming back to getting your workout in. Because sometimes if something's way too daunting or your day or your life has been way too daunting, you just need to get something in. And I used to have some favorites that fell into those days. But a lot of these things, if you know you're bad at the over and under, almost everyone's good at the hard effort and then full off. We can all get our heads around doing those short ones. It is an important part of biking, but a lot of this other stuff, the sustained up and down, right? Breathe, try and get my breath back. We're gonna do that one more time. So hopefully you're all ready for it. I always say the best thing about doing 2 sets is you have a practice, right? Now you know what you're doing. So one of the things I was gonna say about the smiling, I had a teammate back in the day, And all her pictures, she looks like she's grinning. And I go, you look like you're having such a good time out there, winning a bronze medal or whatever it was, right? You look like you're having such a good time out there. Well, she just had this crazy grimace, you know, where it looked like a smile. She's probably eating a lot of bugs, sucking a lot of air in, but everybody has their own thing. One of our other coaches actually says, you know, try and smile. It'll make it feel better. Feel good, feel good, ride good. So that is something to consider, what your personality is. I always say to the people I coach, my personality is a little bit to be hard on myself, tell myself to get on with it, but some people need visualization, some people need other methodologies, so it's important when you're doing this to use little bits, try it, maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. So we all hopefully get something out of it, even if it's a different thing. We're gonna go in a minute again, because I've decided I'm ready to go again. Now, usually I can look at you and I can see if people, especially if you're starting to chat, maybe calling your partner in for, you know, a coffee or something like that, then you've probably had enough recovery. Okay, the coffee comes in 13 minutes. 14, actually. So we're going back to the beginning, back to the top of our 13-minute piece. We're going 3 minutes on the hill. Remember, this is a climbing cadence, a little bit more the strength end of the spectrum in generating power. That falls flat, and then that pace line that's always hard for everybody, hovering in around that 85%. All right, so 70 cadence now. You're going in just over 10 seconds. First part's 3 minutes. Bring that gear up. Move the Spotify list if you're listening. You can tell it starts to kind of ramp up on some songs again. There was a little bit of a quiet time in the middle there. And here we go in 2, 1, 3 minutes. If you're in Vancouver with me, maybe Taylor Way. If we're somewhere else, just focus on something that's about 3 minutes long. Don't think about the top too early, okay? Break it up in pieces. Let's think about our form again. Get back to relaxing. Okay, shoulders, elbows, hands, almost at 30 seconds. Awesome. I like to think of my feet a lot. I like to think of that connection and completing the circle, 360 degrees, all the way around. Okay, 15 seconds to go and we'll be at a minute. Way ahead of this. Good job. If there's someone you ride with that you think just flies up hills, maybe think of what they look like on a hill. One of my coaches got told once, he's a big guy, his director said, think like a cloud, think light. You may be 185 pounds or 195 pounds. Okay, good job. Almost at halfway on this piece. Really good. Eyes up, looking ahead of you. I like to think just a little bit ahead of my bike. All right, pat yourself on the back. 10 seconds, 20 seconds. That's a minute and a half. Good job. Okay, focus, focus. Buddies are around you. Just stay steady though. No crazy accelerations. If you're a seated climber, feel probably comfortable. You like to stand a little bit. Get on top of the pedals. Don't always wait for me to tell you. All right, almost at 2 minutes. I just find it gives me a little break, muscle groups, and take my bike with me. All right, end of the 3 minutes. Last 45 seconds plus. Come on, stay right here. Good job. Relax your breathing. Okay, another 20, 40 to go, 30 to go. You see these really long climbs in Europe. Never want to look right up at the ants at the top of a 20K hill. Take it in little bite-sized pieces. Good, hold it right there. 15 seconds to go. Gonna have our false flat, chasing that couple riders ahead of, so we can have a nice pace line. 10. Awesome job. In 3, 2, and 1. Falls flat. Simulate it by backing the gear off. 100, 105 cadence. Bring it up. Recover. Get on those wheels. We want to do that pace line again. Good. Recover. Recover. Legs feel good. Feel different with a little bit of leg speed. Awesome job. Okay, just over 30 seconds. There's your wheels. Here's your little posse. Okay, give it a shake again. Gonna chase it down. Doing that 5 turns in the pace line. Hey Trace, you ready? We're gonna go. You're my wheel. All right, cranked up a little high there. In 10, okay? First time on the front. 90 to 100 cadence. We're doing 5 of these. Bring that gear up. 30 seconds. 2, 1, come on. On the front now. First time, you're in charge of the speed. 2 riders behind you. Come on, focus. Get it going again. Same as last time through. Less than 15 seconds. 10. Right there. Right there. All right, signal. Rider 2, coming through. Back the gear off. Hold the cadence. You're at 75%. This is a small group. That means everyone's still got a lot of output to give to make it work. All right, recover, recover, recover. Don't close your eyes when you're riding your bike. Okay, moving into second position. Whew, feel a little bit better. Regrouping. Really important not to smash it when you're on the front. You're smashing yourself. I've seen that happen. People go to the front, crank it up, and then try to get on the back and can't do it. 10 seconds. All right, I'm back on the front. I'm rolling through. My wheel is just pulling off right now. 2, 1, gear, 85%. On. Whatever I can do to hold this speed. This is the second time through. Come on guys, stay with me now. It's hard, I know it. Get your way through it. Come on, focus. Push, push, push. 10. All right, good. Hold it right there. In 3, 2, signal, and a little bit of gear off. Recover, recover. Get on that back. Get on that third wheel position. 75%, or 7 out of 10, if that's what we're doing. That's about what you could ride for an hour without any accelerations or changes. All right, 3 to go. Next one coming up in 30 seconds. You're moving from third wheel to second wheel. Second wheel now. I'm gonna take a drink. Not gonna look at my bottle cage as I put it back in. 15 seconds. Hold on to it. Cadence. All right, you only got 3 of these to go. You've come this far now. Never, never, never give up. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go, gear, 30 seconds. On, hunker down. A little bit of an arrow position. If you want, still keep your breathing even. On, you're in charge. Just over halfway to go. On, push, 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 push. Focus on the road ahead. Don't look down, even though you're indoors. Good job. I'm not smiling. Okay, in 5. Shoulder check, signal, on the back. Good job. So I'm getting to the back. Third position. For me, normal thing would be a couple pedal strokes. Standing, onto the back, settle in. Good job. All right. 15 seconds. Moving back into second position. Only 2 of these left, you guys. Come on. If it came easily, probably isn't worth having. All right, you want to be better? Here we go. Making you better. We're down to a couple of minutes. We're going in 20 seconds on the front for the second last time. Hold the cadence. Hold the cadence. All right, crank up that tunes, whatever you're listening to. Now this is your last couple of hard efforts. Listen to me if you want. Don't if you don't need to. In 2, 1, I'm on the front. Come on. 30 seconds, second to last time. Push, push, push. Up the road. We can see a little group ahead of us. That's the front group. That's where we want it to be. All right? Hold on to the tempo. Hold on. Don't get excited and accelerate too much. All right, I'm going to be giving my signal. 2, 1, on the back. Gear off a little bit. Get that back position again. I'm drifting back, sliding space into the back. Okay, third wheel, settle in. All right, one more pull. Recover, recover. Think you can. Know you can. I've said this many times. One of my coaches, when my legs hurt, probably say, think of something else. Our legs all hurt. Okay? 15 seconds. Last turn on the front. Last turn on the front. In 5. Holding my cadence. Come on. A little bit longer. A little bit longer. 2, 1. 85%. Come on. Up, 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 up. Come on, let's leave nothing behind. Getting onto the back of that group right now. All of us. Come on. Here we go. Push, 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 push. Last 10. 10. Into the group. Getting on the wheels. In 3, 2, 75%. Recover, recover. You know the finish is coming up. Try and get yourself in position. Relax. Okay, 45 seconds. A little bit more. A little bit more. 75% to start. Okay? Last minute and a half coming up. Breathe. Breathe. Little slug of water. 2 minutes total on the whole thing. You can do this. Hold it at 75%. Just last little bit. Last little bit. In the group. You're recovering. 15 seconds. Shoulders, hands, power, position on the feet. Don't spit. Okay, in 3, 2, 60%. You're comfortable in the group. The pace is slowed a little bit. We're going for the last 90 seconds. Best you can, settle in. All right, keep the cadence light. 100-ish. Halfway through almost. Keep it going. I'll give you a minute to go. We're gonna go up, up. We're gonna focus past the finish line. Okay? Kind of taking a little check. My buddies I was riding with, all around me. All right, 60 seconds. Okay? Crank those tunes up. Get them, help you over the line. Here we go. I'm at 100 and a little bit cadence. I'm gonna start lifting it. I'm also gonna give myself a little bit more gear. Across the finish line, 45 seconds. All right, a little bit more gear. 60%. And up, up. Fine. Keep it going. 30 seconds. Up, up. Come on. Past the finish line. Always looking past the finish line. Maybe now you want to be in your drops. Come on. Push it right through the finish. Here you go. There's a burger on the other side. 15. Coming up to the end. Make whatever face you feel like. 10. Last little bit. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Back it off. Oh my goodness. You can do a Peter Sagan Hulk. That's what Tracy was doing. That's what I'm saying. Good job, everyone. So, hopefully that was fun. Some people think I have a weird kind of concept of what fun is, but fun to me is being satisfied with what you did in the workout, feeling good about yourself. Don't focus on the negatives. Things are a bit crazy right now, but if we can all enjoy staying fit, we can all enjoy spending time with our families. I don't know how many times this last week I've seen people out with the whole posse riding around on bikes, and your dogs are probably really happy. Thinking I'm going to go to the SPCA, start taking dogs out for a walk maybe. But anyway, whatever positives you can get out of this, we'll keep doing this. I'm going to ask you to give us some feedback. There's lots we could do better, I know. But thanks for joining us. Nice little warm down. Go take your yoga class now, and that's a wrap.